Hey there, it's Cherie Valentine, and I'm back for another Tappy Break. Today we are going to look at where we may be stuck in holding back our creative muse. Now, I think so many of you who are here and watching and interested in this topic are really creative and are doing creative things. And but you may just be finding that you're holding yourself back in some areas, and then there may be those of you who don't think you're creative at all, and I'm here to tell you you are. I know. I spent most of my life thinking I didn't have a creative bone in my body, and it's so funny to look back on my life and to reflect and to see just how creative I was in different areas of my life. It's just I sort of had put what creativity should look like into a box and defined it, and I didn't fit into that definition. So today what I'd like to do is explore that with you, where maybe you are stuck in a definition of what you think creativity actually is, so you're not seeing your own creative juices flowing or allowing them to flow. Or let's look at where maybe you are being stuck and held back from maybe an experience that shut you down. As I was writing this yesterday, the blog post that accompanies the Tappy Break, I was really surprised myself at what showed up for me, and looking at creativity at some point in time. I was never aware of this until yesterday, and this is the power of like tapping and asking questions and inner dialogue and writing, is that we can really tap into the inner wisdom that we have, that is that can give us and source us with what we need to expand and grow and to be who we're here to be in our fullest and highest sense. So yesterday I was quite surprised when I made a connection to creativity having to do with being poor and not having enough money. That I remember for some reason one of my bedrooms in high school where we had milk crates to support the mattress. And my father had taken a piece of a counter that was being thrown out from a convenience store and used that to create a desk for me in my room. And at the time I thought it was kind of cool. And then at some point, looking back on that, I realized that it was actually, I was really ashamed of the fact that we didn't have the money to actually buy me a proper bed and the desk that I would truly have picked out or wanted. So I really had a real negativity associated with creativity, that you have to be creative when you don't have money. And so that was really an interesting just awareness. So, you know, I'm sharing that with you in case that maybe resonates with you in some way, shape, or form, and that connection might help you looking at where your creativity could be blocked. The other thing that I have found with creativity is that if we don't feel safe to be expressive in whatever that is for us, then that can also stymie and hold back your creative juices. So if you're in an environment where there's a lot of judgment or criticism, that can be a real game changer for you in fully expressing yourself and your creativity and whatever that looks like for you. And the other thing that I keep thinking about is, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Harry Chapin, but he has a song called Roses Are Red. And the gist of it is that this young boy moves to a new school and he's coloring, and his paper is filled with colorful flowers. And the teacher comes over and takes it away and pretty much tells him that flowers are red, green grass is green, and there's no way to see the world except the way it's always been seen. And his reply is, no, there's many colors in the rainbow, there's many colors in the morning sun, and I see every one. And basically you go through this story where he moves to another school and he's lost all those colors. He's lost his creativity from the experience of that teacher who drilled into him that this is the only way you can do things. And so lots of you may have had that experience also, depending on the schooling that you had. That, you know, this is the only way things can be done, this is how things are done. So these are all different messages and programmings that you may have picked up along the way that could be interfering with you. So what you're going to do today is to tap for you to decide or figure out or allow that piece of information that you might need that will help free you to be more creative if you're feeling that you're not, or you're not choosing the time that you need. The other thing that's so important to understand about creativity is that you need to give yourself space and time and play. We need to almost connect back to that imaginative space as children, that you know, where you're not worried about what people think, and you're not trying to censor every thought you have, and you're not just doing all the time, because it's the play, and it's the space, and it's the stillness, and it's really tuning into source and your intuition that allows that creative muse to show out. And it's giving her some attention, or him attention, a little every day. And there are many different ways that you can do that. So again, today, my hope for you is that you will perhaps identify an area that has been contributing to keeping you feeling maybe closed in and in the box or in the cage, and not letting yourself think outside the box and express outside the box. And also to maybe allow yourself to go into a space where you give yourself that permission and space and room that you need to let those creative juices flow. And before we get started in today, I just wanted to share a couple of things. So I want to thank Nicole Levac, who is every week is here, and she's not only here tapping with me, but she's also supporting me and fueling me and inspiring me. And I just want to say thank you and send you big love. I appreciate you so much, Nicole. Thanks for being here. And I wanted to just say thank you to Christine Bowen. Every week you come in here and you post some really great comment about the tapping in general or the topic at hand. So thank you so much. I'm sorry that you can't be with us live, but I'm sending you big love. And Katrina's another one. I want to thank you. Yes, this is a topic close to my heart, so hopefully when you get to watch the replay, it will sing to you, and I look forward to hearing what you thought. And I just want to say I appreciate you so much, Katrina, and I'm looking forward to our private hangout later today. And Marissa Goody, thank you so much. I know that you've got a lot on your plate, so I appreciate you taking the time to come by and listening to the replay when you have an opportunity to do that. And Dave Moore, this man just makes my heart sing. I'm so glad you got that juicer ready. Looking forward to it. And I also just want to send out some love to Andrea Hood and to Andy Lyons and to Richard O, who are also three of my biggest supporters and people whom I love and appreciate so much. So I'm so excited, by the way, because I just learned how to use the comment tracker. So make sure you send those the comments in before the show, because once I start tapping, clearly I can't be tuning in and to those and sharing. So we're going to be doing them a little bit before the shows. Alrighty, so let's get here and let's get grounded and let's get present. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Another big breath in together. And we'll release it. Now we're going to do that one more time as a collective community. And release. So give yourself permission to be here. Shut everything down. You only have 10 more minutes together. They're going to be your 10 minutes. This is your gift to yourself. And I want you to know that anytime that you are feeling a little stuck or blocked about doing something creatively, you can always just tap on the resistance that you feel. So I think we'll start with that today, and then I will guide you with some questions to tune into your specific intention, and then we'll continue tapping. So we'll start. Even though I have this creative idea, I'm not sure I can pull it off. I don't know if I have enough time. I'm just thinking about it too much and I'm in my head. And even though I really want to express myself, I feel blocked. And that's okay. I choose to honor that and love and accept myself. So even though I feel a bit blocked right now, I have something I really need to get done. And I'm not in this moment where inspiration is flowing. I choose to tap in to my inner muse. I choose to tap in to my creative source. I choose to allow my creative juices to flow. So even though I may be feeling a bit stuck creatively, I choose to love and honor myself and let the creativity shine forth. I'm feeling a little stagnant. I feel a little stuck. I'm not in the creative space I need to be in right now. I'm just too stuck in my thoughts, in my head, and I'm thinking too hard. And I'm not allowing creativity to flow. And I don't know why. But I have the time now. Why does inspiration strike when I'm not ready? And then when I am ready, nothing. Where did it go? What happened? I choose to take a deep breath. I choose to release the stress. I choose to get out of my head. I choose to be relaxed. I choose to tune into my heart, tap into my soul, to listen to spirit. I choose to create. And I'm ready. So it's just a little tapping meditation you can actually do before maybe going into a project if you are feeling a little stuck and stagnant. I know some days when, for me, writing is a creative outlet for myself, and there are days where I'm like, and I'm just so stuck in my head and it's not happening. And just tapping through that, just tapping through the resistance a little bit and then choosing to just let it to come through can switch the energy. So that's something that you can actually come back to. I'll actually try to do a timestamp on this one for you and get that into writing and out to you as part of the replay so that you can come back to that one more easily. Anyway, okay, so now that we've got a meditation, we're tuned into our creative space, I want you to tune into that creative inner muse right now and ask, where do I feel most stuck and blocked in my creativity? And trust what shows up for you. Maybe you got a visual, maybe you got an image, maybe a memory, maybe you saw a person. Maybe it's a specific project that you have to work on. Tune in, because again, I can tap, and it's general tapping as we do this in our group. However, the more tuned in and connected you are to your own intention and to your own feelings and to your own emotions while you're tapping, that's where you're going to experience the most freedom and the most release. So where are you holding yourself back creatively? And what can you do that might allow you to have a practice that you can do on a regular basis that will provide that space for you to have the creativity flowing more freely? I can give you a million suggestions, and I probably will while we tap, and then you can take it from there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start tapping on your particular. So don't worry about the words. Again, my words may not be your words, and that's okay. You're going to receive what you need by being tuned in, tapping, and speaking. Okay, so even though I'm not always creative, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though I don't always recognize my creativity, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I don't always express my creativity, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. I don't know how to be creative. I don't know what that looks like for me. It doesn't feel safe. There was a time when I was very creative and I played and I had fun and I made things. I painted, I wrote, I cooked, I played music, I danced, you name it. What was your thing? And it was so much fun. And then something happened. Somebody criticized me. I got in trouble. I had to do it all the time and be really good. And the fun went out of it. I had to be perfect. And I learned there's so much pressure when I do this. And no matter what I do, it's never perfect. So it's easier to not get started. It's easier to not do it. I keep it locked inside. All this music in me. Whatever that music means to you. This music, this art, these words, this expression. So many ways that I can be creative. And sometimes I am. But mostly I'm not. I'm carrying all this stress in my body. All this stress that interferes with my creativity. All this worry that doesn't let me be creative. I'm carrying this stress in every cell of my body, and it keeps me from being creative. This fear of being judged. This fear that it won't be good enough. This fear that it won't be well received. All this stress and fear keeps me from creating, from tuning into my creative muse, from letting the creative juices just flow freely and allowing myself to express it. I choose to release the stress. I choose to release the fear. I choose to honor the part of me that is yearning for expression. My soul is yearning to allow my creativity to shine in its own unique way. And I choose to give myself permission to start to let it flow. I'm choosing to take consistent little steps that allow me to be free. Maybe I could start a daily pages practice where I just write 2 or 3 pages every single day. And I just let whatever drivel needs to come out. and get it out of the way. And then I'm free to create. Maybe it's taking a colored pencil set and just sketching or coloring for 10 minutes every day. Maybe you just go for a quick brisk walk. I can do that for 10 minutes. There's something that I know I can do that will help me to get into a space that allows me to create without fear, without stress, with confidence. Maybe meditation daily will help me. Maybe I can remember just to do that tapping meditation that we started with today. Just to clear the energy and invite the space so that I can tune in, get out of my head, into my spirit, and allow myself to be guided. Let my intuition, my inner wisdom, my connection to source to be the fuel that allows my creativity to run freely. I choose to release stress that keeps me stuck from creating. I choose to embrace connection. I choose to embrace play. I choose to embrace spirit. I choose to embrace love. I choose to embrace joy. And I choose to have fun creating in whatever way is my way. Take a breath and let it out. And release. Thank you so much. And just tune in and check in. You might feel the stress is a little bit more heightened. That's okay. Ask why, check in, tune in, and go back and tap on the specifics. Again, the more specific you can tap, then the more you're going to clear. And don't forget, I'm here. I'm here. I do private sessions, and I would be happy to help you move through your own creative blocks. Maybe you have a couple of friends and you'd want to do a group. We'll tap together as a group and really tune in. So please reach out to me at CherieValentine.com on the contact button and let me know how I can support you. And let me know what other topics you'd love to hear. And don't forget, you can watch the replay anytime, and you can tap again and again and again. And you can also go to the library on YouTube on my channel at Cherie Valentine and click on any of the tappy breaks that are there for you to help move through whatever blocks are showing up for you. So we had a couple people come in, but I'm really excited they did, so I'm just going to say a little hello. Hey, Carmen, no worries. I'm glad you got here. Thanks so much for being here. And Aaron, thank you too. Oh, it's always fashionable to be late. All right, so don't forget, I'm here live every week, Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're always welcome to come in and join me in the green room before and after. And the link is already posted in the events invite section. So if you're here live and want to jump in and say hello, I'd love to meet you. And I'll see you next time for Tappy Break.